Imagine this was World War II, and the Nazi German government made an announcement that they approved 22 new settlements and lands where Jewish people and other people were existing. People would be screaming, that is criminal, uh, that the Nazi German government is committing a genocide by removing people. But when the Israeli government does it, all you have a bunch of Zionist Dems in the United States sucking off BB Hitler, acting like the Israeli government is not doing the same things Nazi Germany was doing. Um, these West Bank settlements are illegal. They're funded and armed by the Israeli government, the settlers, protected by the IOF, and the entire world knows that the Israeli government is breaking international laws doing this, though uh, Dems in the United States will consistently protect the Israeli government, saying that they're not doing anything wrong and that the Israeli government is the only democratic nation in the Middle East that protects everybody's rights, when that is a lie.
22 new settlements are going to be popping up in the West Bank after the Israeli government approved this major expansion. It's all part of this broader plan from both the Defense Minister, Israel Katz, and Finance Minister, Bezalel Smotrich. In fact, the Defense Ministry, they released a statement. It reads, quote, "The new settlements are all placed within a long-term strategic vision, whose goal is to strengthen the Israeli hold on the territory, to avoid the establishment of a Palestinian state, and to create the basis for future development of settlement in the coming decades."
So they're admitting that the entire quote unquote self defense war that they've been having since October 7th wasn't actually about um, protecting Israel, but it was about making Israel stronger, preventing a Palestinian state, since the Israeli government has never wanted a two-state solution, and to create more settlements. So they're just talking about how they want to genocide Palestinians. How is this any different than what Nazi Germans were doing during World War II? There is no difference whatsoever. The Israeli government has become the Fourth Reich.
Now, there are a few interesting parts about this statement. The first one being strengthening the Israeli hold in the territory. In fact, this plan includes not only renewed settlement activity in the northern West Bank, but also some developments along the Jordan border for communities specifically on the border with Jordan. It also boosts Israel's presence along Route 443. This is a highway that connects Jerusalem and Tel Aviv.
So how is it that the Israeli government arming civilians and giving them funds to go into Palestinian lands and kill people and steal their houses? How is that not called terrorism? But the moment a Palestinian decides to defend themselves and take up arms, they're considered terrorists. It goes to show that the term terrorist is very meaningless.
This is part of the different goal of reinforcing Israeli control along these borders in the West Bank. Something else, though, that's interesting is as far as these 22 communities, it includes Homesh and Sanor. These are two former settlements that were actually evacuated in 2005 during Israel's disengagement from Gaza. There was this law that was passed. It forbade Israelis from entering that specific part of the northern West Bank. And even now, these are in areas near Jenin, Kabatia, areas that the IDF is conducting near daily raids to crack down on terror activity in the northern West Bank. But
Wow, it's funny how terrorists are trying to claim that they're cracking down on terrorism when the Israeli government is arming and funding terrorists to go kill innocent people in the West Bank. It's like Nazis saying that they're going out to kill a bunch of Jewish people to stop terrorism, when it's just Jewish people trying to defend themselves against Nazi Germans taking their land.
last year, this law that forbids Israelis from entering that specific part, that law was repealed, which essentially paves the way for these new settlements. And this is also in line with that second part of the defense minister's quote that says to avoid the establishment of a Palestinian state. Well, Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich, he hails this, quote, bid day for settlement, an important day for the.
Okay, these Zionists are nothing but terrorists genociding colonists who will create any excuse to kill POCs and steal their land. They're no different than Nazis. They're no different than the U.S. founders who used Manifest Destiny to kill indigenous people and take their land. They're no different than any other fascist colonizer looking to just steal land. But because uh, the Zionists love to use the idea of being Jewish and the Holocaust, they've been able to get away with it for 75 years of genociding people. Imagine if Nazi Germans were actually supported as much as the Israeli government. People believe that the Nazi Germans were, God's chosen people and that they were owed all this land because of God and stuff. Um, and imagine if they were able to do a genocide for 75 years. People would think that it's insane, but because it's the Israeli government, somehow it's justifiable.
State of Israel. Let's remember it was just in May 2023 that Smotrich said his life mission is to thwart the establishment of a Palestinian state, and he instructed the Israeli government to prepare for 500,000 future Israeli settlers to enter the West Bank.
They're planning for 500,000 more terrorists to go kill people in the West Bank.
With the Israeli government approving these plans, 22 new settlements and renewed settlements as well when we talk